Hi, I'm here chatting to a lovely client, Brendan and Camilla, who are the owners of a pet food company called Instincto, and they've just brought their slightly geriatric Airedale in for an examination. His blood work is fantastic. He's looking really good. He was a rescue for them. So, Brendan, tell us about how you started your Instincto pet food business and what it does. Yeah,
that was a good 11 years ago. My wife had another dog before this one, and she decided to feed raw back in those days. And we had a family of 4 little daughters running around at the same time. She decided to go and buy rump steak, grape mince, all that from Coles. And I went, "You got to be joking. You can't be doing that." So there's got to be somewhere online that's got raw food that we can get for dogs. Anyway, at that stage there was none. So we went about developing the website. And then what we found was the Capella pet food business was up for sale. So we bought that, and then we introduced the website, and we bought the Capella pet food business. So we've had that for about 11 years now. So that's the reason. And then what we found is that a lot of furfies are in the market, so of how they feed their dogs and what they put in. A lot of people put a lot of chicken frame and all that type of stuff. And so we went about being as raw as we can and as whole food as we can. So, for example, fish, we would put full mullet in. So that way the organs go in and everything goes in. We were with beef for a long time. We've now got rid of beef because there's just way too much grain. And we found there's way too many reactions and hot spots. And so we got rid of it. And a lot of roux. Roux was great. But but the beef, like staffies and all the terriers seem to have this really bad reaction, and we feed hundreds of them. Yeah. And they were coming up with hotspots. So I think we banned it 7 years ago. We stopped feeding beef, and we haven't had that issue.
Yeah. I wonder if you could get grass-fed beef.
You can, but it's expensive.
Too expensive.
You know, people have a perception that pet food, because in Queensland we are under the same laws as a butcher shop, and in the abattoirs we're on the same laws. We're at higher level laws than any other state. So even the cows have to be able to walk onto the abattoir floor. Whereas in New South Wales, they can actually pick them up from the farmer if they're dead and put them in through as a pet food mix. Oh. Whereas in Queensland you can't.
Well, that's kind of good to know, isn't it?
Well, this is the problem, is that all that comes in Queensland. You know, you got no control over it. So, like, there's heaps of greyhound guys. We got hardly any greyhounds in our business, but there's a heap of them that purchase from guys that drive up from down south.
So the dead stuff comes into Queensland.
Yeah.
You were saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
They manufacture it down there, and then they
so
bring it up. So it's cheap.
The dead stuff comes up. Well, that's not good then.
No.
That's really bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because there's no competitive. You can't be competitive with it. So you just got to go. It is what it is. Yeah. You know, in Queensland, abattoirs, even for roux, very strict abattoirs. They go through a lot of checking of, because a lot of the stuff that where we get it from is human consumption. Yeah. So to do that, they have to check for worms and all those stuff, and they throw a lot of carcass out. Yeah.
So if you buy a product made in Queensland, it's safe, but you can still get crap.
If you go New South Wales, Melbourne, all those other states are a lot less levels of.
So you just know your abattoirs, and you just you visited them, and you just get.
That's
the
only way. You actually can't really buy outside abattoirs in Queensland. Yeah. You've got to go through abattoirs. Because you can't, because you're a butcher shop. In reality, you're a butcher shop. Yeah. So same laws, same refrigeration, same temperature checks. Yeah. All that type of stuff. Yeah.
So do you use chicken as well?
Yeah, we do. We only use chicken wings because they've got 45% meat. Yeah. Versus I don't do frames because there's no meat.
There's not a lot of meat.
There's no meat.
No.
Raw meat. And it's really
fat.
runny.
Yeah.
And it's over the top. So we do about 45%. 45% meat is the chicken wings. Yeah, we
do you just blend it all? Like all your product is like
we mince it all. So we do a chunky. We do fresh. We do a fresh. We drop fresh off. We deliver bloody everywhere. And we do a fresh into the store, so you can pick it up from the store. And we do chunky, like we do a chunky roux, and we do a chunky emu.
Well, that's cool.
Emu's pretty cool. I like the emu because the emu is the fat's on the outside of the emu, so they actually cull the emu for the fat. The meat is secondary, and then they sell that on to restaurants and all that type of stuff. So
and they make creams and stuff.
They make everything out of it. It's premium stuff, but very high omega in emu. Yeah. So it's great for joints. It is. All that type of stuff. Yeah. We have created a couple of our own little things with turmeric, kelp, chia seed, all that
like a
stuff.
supplemental.
Yeah, we put it in the mix.
In the mix. Yeah.
It's all already done.
Yeah.
So
do you put the black pepper in with the turmeric?
We crack that before we put it in. Yeah. And the turmeric.
Cool.
So,
do you call it like a joint food, or
we call it total joint mix? Okay. And that's got a higher level. I put like duck feet in it because it's not the bone; it's actually the
good Chinese medicine.
Yeah, that's right. We try. So we try to do a bit of that. Green lip mussels we put in it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
We buy that whole from a fish place.
Yeah. And are they fresh, frozen?
Frozen. Okay. The green lip mussels are frozen because the proper green lip mussel is from New Zealand. Yeah. So to get fresh is pretty difficult. Yeah. But so frozen, we just froze it and we mince it up and we throw it in between it. So
great. Excellent.
It's a good little mix, and we've got a couple of good little mixes now. We've got veggies. Actually, thanks to you, I was researching veggies, and we do Airedale rescue. And you helped us out with one of the dogs with kidney. Oh, yes. I think it was.
Yes.
And then
more veggies.
Yeah, so we got the veggies in. So we got the beetroot, and we got all those little. Nice. And then I researched a little bit more about other veggies and
broccoli.
But I tried to.
The cancer. I really want more cancer foods pre-made.
Yeah, I tried to get it. It's difficult to get. See, what our game is about is if we can't supply it all the time, we don't do it. Yeah. So we try to say. What we have is that it's a flat line, we can supply it all the time. Yeah. People come to you all the time with, I've got 200 kilos of this, I've got 200. You go, well, it'll be good.
200 but will go then,
That's right, it's gone.
Then what?
What do you do then? Customers get really annoyed because they want it back, so it's not worth the pain. Yeah. I did the same with veggies. You talk to the guys and go, well, I want it standardised. I don't want your seasonal's okay, but you can swap out and swap in, but I really want to...
You can freeze though. You can have a bunch of frozen veggies. Yeah.
We go through 400 kilos probably every 2, 3, 4 weeks of this veggie now. We get it down to
a lot busier now.
Well, we get it down to a 6 mil cube. We even tested, because when you put stuff into a dog, sometimes it just comes straight out.
Yeah, you got to smash it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You got to bring it down. Yeah. So we tested it we went from like a 9 mil down to a 6 mil cube. Yeah. So it's now 6 mil cube. We don't see anything come out. Oh yeah. So we know that and they make it fresh and they freeze it for us. Yeah. So then we just add it to our mix. Okay. And so you get it, and then we freeze the mix, and we or you can get it fresh.
I'm trying to get people to, like companies that make food, to actually put Chinese herbs in them too.
Oh, yeah.
That would be the coolest thing, because we reverse a lot of renal failure with Rehmannia glutinosa, and I'm like, well, why don't the people that make the food just put it in there?
Yeah. Well,
and it tastes okay.
If we knew about it,
we need to do that.
We don't. Yeah. Sometimes it's about how do you purchase it in bulk.
Yeah.
Because you can't
I think you will have to get it from China.
But,
and then you'll just have to GMP it.
Yeah.
And then make sure it's all good. And then, because you wouldn't need to put a lot in each meal. No. It would be like half a teaspoon for a large sized dog, 1/8 of a teaspoon for a small dog.
Yeah, when we do our kind of calculations, we do medium to smaller dogs, so that then we know we're not overdoing
it. So, but it's such an awesome herb for reversing renal failure. Yeah. It's like, Yeah. It makes sense that you could buy a food that's got it already done, so you don't have to add anything to it.
Yeah.
Do you put MSM in your joint?
No.
Not yet, no, because it's a bit bitter. It doesn't taste great. Yeah.
We do a bone broth. We actually created our own bone broth pack, and it's got like duck wings in it, roux tail in it. So we looked at what would bring the best for the gut healing.
The cartilage.
Yeah, all heavy on that, so that we can help with leaky gut. And all
Can
that
you
stuff.
sell it to humans or not yet?
No, the bone broth. Yeah, no. Well, because it's got trachea in it, you can't.
Really, trachea is fantastic.
I know that. There's actually naturopaths bloody pureeing it.
They do.
Yeah, I know.
So what would stop you from making it for humans?
Because it's the legislation. It's not an allowable. It's not good for human consumption.
The trachea isn't. Oh,
no.
God,
and
that's ridiculous.
How's green tripe? I used to sell heaps of green tripe, and we would get it in fresh.
Yeah.
We would
freeze
cull it, and we would we'd freeze it, and then what we would do is cut it up, and then we would make it chunky.
Yeah.
And then we mix it with some of the roux and stuff. Sold heaps of it.
Yeah.
And it was the best thing for the dogs.
It is.
Best. It was like the pinnacle, right?
It is. They wouldn't.
That Safe Foods took it away from us. They came in and said, someone dobbed us in to say we were selling fresh green tripe.
I didn't know that was a problem.
No, Safe Foods won't let you because it's not good for human consumption. I said, we're a pet food business and we got a big sign that says pet food. And they went, no, not good for safe. It's not good for human consumption.
What?
Yep.
That's
and at the time,
that is crazy.
Safe Foods was controlled by a vet, and they said there's no actual proof that there's nutrition in
some vets have no understanding.
You're right.
Which is a shame.
It's really difficult
because vets are really smart people. Vets, but they just. Some of them are very close-minded. I think it just comes down to personality type, and you can't change that. There's that Myers-Briggs analysis thing, and so you look at, I think I'm an ENTP. So you've got to be a little bit extroverted, you've got to be a little bit looking around for... There you go. The J's are really good at managing businesses, which is why my nurses are kind of those. And I need them to pick up after me and organise me and put little things in boxes for me. But that's exactly how the world sort of needs to run. You've got to but you've got to also have an understanding of why those legislation errors, which I would say they are errors, are happening, and then you've got to be able to politically change it because some things are just wrong.
Federal, that came from. They changed it overnight. That you also had to heat it.
Yeah,
right?
You're going to kill the bacteria.
That's right.
Yeah.
I said, what was the point? And then everyone's selling, a lot of people sell green tripe, but it's not. It's heated. So if it's heated, it's nearly pointless. Yeah. So
it's a probiotic.
Yeah,
basically.
That's right. Yeah,
and that's why dogs go out and eat horse poo and cow poo, and in fact, my dog ate our baby's poo the other day.
Nice.
The nappy was down, and my daughter was there, and she said, I think your dog Ziggy just ate my daughter's poo from the nappy. I was like, oh, good.
Yeah, it's
probiotic. She's breastfed. She's a very healthy kid.
There you go.
I'm like, okay, that's good for him. Just don't kiss me.
That's definitely the issue. Is trying to find it. Yeah, but roux is really good.
Yeah. Because they're just grass-fed. They're just running around and eating good stuff and choosing their weeds to eat properly, and hopefully they have a really, really good life until not.
Oh yeah, I mean,
just shot. That's it. Yeah?
I know that people have issues with the
culling
shooting
them.
But my God, they're out there. There's thousands of them.
I've been out to properties where they're just running crazy, and there's so many of them, and they're reproducing quite well, especially after the rains. And many of those places.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a good product, and I think more Aussies should actually eat it. It's a great product, So
my son
I've actually mixed my daughters up. I mixed some of our roux with some beef at one stage, and I made our own bits. Yeah. And because they were anti-roux, and anyway, I put it in. They loved it, mate. Yeah. Loved it. It's a great flavour.
Strong flavour.
But that was our own personal little mix. But
I don't particularly like the flavour of roux, but you're right. I think and hopefully the people that shoot the roux are a really good aim.
Yeah, that's right. They're all professionals. They get paid for headshots. They don't get paid for It's the other guys who probably give you the bad.
Yeah, and it is, I understand the PETA thing, and I understand, animal cruelty and things, but dogs and cats need to have meat, and the vegan diets really don't work that great for the dogs. They're omnivores, so they do have veggies. I think this is the thing that a lot of maybe raw feeders kind of forget sometimes.
Love vegetarians that come in and they go, I can't deal with meat, but you know what? It's good for the dog. They make that decision and they understand that it is good for dogs and cats.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So they make that decision.
That's right. If you're going to have a pet, you've got to do the meat thing for them. That's the best for them.
That's
so
right.
yeah.
No,
and also with some humans, I think there's a eat right for your blood type, and some people actually do need to have meat on a regular basis as well. Even the Dalai Lama was told that by his doctors, so he does eat some.
What do you think of fasting for dogs?
Well, yes, I think a lot of dogs are under-exercised, so they're not burning the calories, and obesity is a really big problem with a lot of dogs nowadays, and same with humans really, and myself, because it's calories in and exercise out.
That's
and if you don't have a balanced lifestyle where you're running an hour a day, which you've got to do the right sort of exercise for your body type and for your genetics and all that sort of stuff. So most dogs have just too many calories. So
absolutely.
And if you work out in Longreach and places like that, which I've done in prac work when I was a vet student, the dogs would run for 6 to 8 hours a day. You'd go mustering, and they were brilliant. They just loved it. And on Sundays they weren't fed, so they were fed a fairly big meal after their exercise, and they'd tie them up to their big can dog houses that they'd made for them. And and they were like, well, they're not working Sundays, so they don't deserve to eat. They shouldn't eat. It's not good for them. So it's normal to fast.
And some dogs, do you find some dogs actually
stop eating for a day?
Themselves?
They do. Yeah, they're self-regulating, and if their gut biome, the gut biome tells your body what you need if you pay attention and if you're eating the right things. And usually dogs that are on a mostly raw diet have a better gut biome as long as it's diversified. So having different sources of protein is also quite important. And a diversified gut bacterial biome makes your serotonin and your feel-good hormones. And there is a gut-brain axis. So in fact, your gut tells you what to do. And all the bacteria, the good bacteria that are in there, help make your hormones turn over and keep you healthy. It makes the B vitamins, which you need, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin. And so if you are deficient in B vitamins, it's usually because your gut biome's not making the right stuff for you. And also vitamin K, that your gut biome makes that. So it makes your clotting factors. So really, by numbers, we are 90%, all mammals are 90% bacteria and 10% mammalian. So humans are mostly bacteria, same with dogs. And so you've got to have the right bacteria. So what we see a lot here with gut dysbiosis is usually kibble feeders, and it's probably the grain and the wheat, which is bred with Monsanto, which was originally an antibiotic.
And that's probably why we have beef issue. Same
and
deal.
it could well be, I was under the impression that, because we lived in central Queensland and Rockhampton is the big cattle industry, most of them were just grass-fed and running around, so they're all going on to grain.
Heaps.
So is that just to fatten them up?
Grass-fed, that's right.
Just for the last bit.
And they grain-feed. I don't understand when you go to a restaurant and they go, oh, this is awesome, it's been 200 days grain-fed. And you go,
we don't want that.
I don't want that. I want the grass-fed stuff, mate. The beautiful white fat.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
So that came from New York, I reckon, around 30 years ago. Probably they weren't all fed Monsanto glyphosate grain in those days. But all the big restaurants were charging premium prices for their steaks, and they were grain-fed. And so that's left over from that, I think. And there's all kinds of lawsuits against Monsanto now. So, and it's true, the weed killer Roundup, which is still used in Australia, and in most places in Europe it's outlawed. But I know that a lot of farmers are still thinking that it's safe. It's just safe and effective bullshit, right? So. And you'll see the councils are spraying it around the base of trees. There's a whole dead area of grass in a circle around the trees. And they've got little backpacks with glyphosate. And in Bunnings, you've got a whole aisle of glyphosate weed killer. I feel really sick when I walk through there. I'm like, it's just, I see so much cancer. Yeah. And it's pretty much documented that the lymphoma is linked to it. When I was a new graduate, like 40 years ago, I remember the first lymphoma case that came and belonged to a lovely young chap. And I was devastated. But we see cancer every second or third case here. Because of who we are, probably we're a holistic clinic, but it's gone.
Yeah, well, that's right. We see people here all the time who've got issues.
It's gone through the roof, and it shouldn't be that way. So, so that's one big reason why we stopped kibble.
Yes.
Because the gluten that they buy in, even if it's not a wheat product, they'll often put gluten in to make the kibble stick together. And so you can't avoid glyphosate, and also the acrylamide in a high heat treated cereal product, which most kibble, to be honest, when you look at the labels, they're all cereal products.
And they're self-regulated, so they can change their mind of whatever they want to do whenever they like.
Yeah, and if you read The Forever Dog by Karen Becker, that goes into great detail about what you should feed and why some of these products are a problem. Yeah.
We swapped to lamb because of the beef, and because it's more grass-fed.
And lamb is less contaminated because it's a younger animal.
Yeah, that's right. So we don't get as many issues, and we do. And we get mutton in as well, but it's really just trying to get a one different protein that's got a little bit of fat in it, because if you don't have enough fat,
they need fat to make.
That's right.
Cholesterol is a good thing, actually. They use it to make all of your hormones, and if you don't have enough cholesterol, you can't make your hormones. And I think this is a problem with humans. As a naturopath, you'll see the doctors go, oh, your cholesterol's a bit high, and they haven't even broken it down to LDL, VDL and HDL. So HDL, high density lipoprotein cholesterol, is actually really good fat. It carries around the things that you need to get to your liver to make your T3, your thyroid, your active thyroid hormone. And so really when you see an elevated bad cholesterol, like the LDL one, it's because you are deficient in selenium and copper and boron and trace minerals, and your gut biome isn't doing the right thing, and then therefore you're not making the hormone, so the cholesterol's building up in your blood supply. Usually scurvy or vitamin C deficiency is also a really big one. And then you get the fat lipid layers on your coronary arteries. So the worst thing you could do when you've got that going on is go on a statin drug. So I'm going to get banned, no doubt, from I'm not part of APA, so that makes it good. But statin drugs lower your coenzyme Q10, which gives you muscle cramps and makes you have a heart attack. So, you've got to be very careful when your doctor looks at your cholesterol, doesn't break it down to HDL, LDL, VDL. And if you see a naturopath, they'll go over the trace minerals and things in your diet, in their nutritional intake, and probably make you eat things like green mussels and oysters to get your zinc levels up, and work on the bits that your diet's probably deficient in.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
we just need to look more at the food that we put in.
Yeah, that's right. Food is the most important thing that can make your body function. Food and exercise and lifestyle and reduce stress and all that sort of stuff. But your gut biome is really what makes everything tick over nicely. And if your gut biome is a bit sick, then you're going to be a bit sick. Change the diet. And sometimes you have to do that a bit slowly. With Instincto, do you give people advice on how to change from a kibble diet to a raw diet?
There's
got handouts and things on your website. We do a slow,
the slow
transition. Over a few weeks. Yeah,
that's right. Just slowly but surely. Yeah,
that's great. So your website is www.
Insticto, INSTINCTO.com.au.
Okay, excellent. Okay, thanks very much. We'll put this up on the web. And